a second, but let me start, as you know how this goes, with some other issues. President Ahmadinejad is coming to the United States to address the United Nations this week, and he comes here having ignored 3 UN resolutions on his nuclear ambitions, having violently suppressed some protests in his own country following a contested election, having upped the ante on his anti-Israel rhetoric over the last couple of weeks. During the campaign, one of the issues was, do we engage this guy or do we isolate him? Does he appear, in your opinion, to be behaving in a way that suggests he's encouraging the engagement?
Of course not. The question is whether this is strategy and ploy, and whether we can find some way to do it, or whether he is just what he seems to be and nothing more. That is, a guy that if he had these kinds of weapons would be inherently dangerous and crazy enough to put his whole civilization and history at risk by using them. I think that what President Obama and what Secretary of State have wanted to do is to find out.
How do you find out?
I think what I can just mirror what they have said. What Hillary said repeatedly in the last few days is, it's fine if they want to talk, we want to talk, but they can't say, we'll be glad to talk to America, but we're not going to talk to them about our nuclear program. We're not going to talk to the world. This is us. We don't care what anybody thinks. And he's back to denying the Holocaust again. Well, since he denied it and then he stopped and then he denied it again, this is obviously playing politics in the run-up to the UN so he can try to solidify that more fanatic element in Iran that supported him when he suppressed honest dissent and apparently a lot of the votes in the election.
Oh, what seems to be a less important subject, there are 3 U.S. hikers being held in Iran right now. President Ahmadinejad says they crossed the border illegally. They must be punished. You had a high-profile mission to another so-called rogue nation recently, North Korea. You gained the release of 2 journalists. Have you been asked, or would you consider to be part of any mission, similar mission to Iran?
Well, I would do anything the president asked me to do, but I think the facts are different there.
But you don't think President Ahmadinejad finds himself in the same situation?
No, but he could. And keep in mind, he'd probably be toast right now if the mullahs had not backed him. The Ayatollah Khamenei, the same person who thwarted President Khatami when he wanted to be more progressive, and thwarted President Ahmadinejad's opponent. So we could get something out of this maybe, but they'd have to send a lot of different signals. And I think that, however, keep in mind, I don't have access to all the intelligence. I don't know what's really going on that we don't know. And this is one that I think, if you just look at what Hillary said in the last few days, and as well as the consistent position of not just the president but the whole national security apparatus, I think we've got to trust them right now, because it's for reasons that no one can clearly understand. Ahmadinejad is lashing out at the world, apparently in retaliation to all the the vitriolic criticism he received because of the way he acted in the election. So it could be that he's just playing his political cards at home. We just have to let them sort it out right now.